Welcome, house. How are you doing today? So today we're going to continue from where we stopped in the previous class. Remember, in the previous class we created our navigation bar on our base HTML form. And let me run this so that I can be able to explain this. You can see we created this is our index.html, right? So this body here that you're seeing here, faculty, is our faculty module. So the faculty module is inheriting this base.html, right? Is inheriting the header, the footer, right, from the base.html. So there are every other modules here like the department, program, level, and student. Now, please, if you don't know how to do this, please refer to our lesson 8 to show you how we achieve this. So, because when I click on home, we made faculty our default page. That's why when I click on home, it shows me faculty. Remember when I run this application, faculty module was one that was executed first, which is list faculty, right? So here it states faculty. So when I click on department, it gives me department module. When I click on program, it gives me program module. When I click on level, it gives me level module. When I click on student, it gives me student module. Now all these were done in the last previous class. So what we do now, right? So when I click on faculty, the faculty list should show me the list of faculty. At the same time, this same page we have a button called add faculty, and then same page we add two buttons called edit and delete. So that's what I want to achieve for today's class. So just watch as I do this. So first thing first, I'll go to the faculty module here. So this is the root.py, which will contain all the functional requirements for faculty, like the insert, update, delete, and select. That's what we're going to write here. So for me to write that, I need to import my model, which is this. I need to import the model down to this root script, this root.py. So from the app folder dot faculty, right, dot models import faculty. Okay, now I'm done that. So now this code here, I need to modify it so that it can be able to select all records from the faculty table. Okay, now for me to do that, I have to create a variable called FAC. Then I will call the model, which is faculty, that's query.all. So I've done that, so I will return this FAC. Then let me call this faculty. I'll create another variable called faculty, then I'll return, I'll pass the FAC down to this faculty. So when this page executes, right? So automatically all the records will show here, but we have not defined it yet on our list.html, right? So I'll go to the list.html now, then I'll write my code to use that. So first thing here, I'll remove this. So let me design it. Remember in the last class we used Bootstrap, right? So let me just design this to use. First of all, I'll write my row. So this is to create a row in my HTML form. So I'll write my div class column MD12. Now this column MD12 is it takes full size of your screen, right? We have what we call MD12, we have SM12, we have XL. So I prefer using MD, right? So it's this when you say MD12, it takes full screen. So when you say MD4, it means 4 that is 4 times 3 will give you 12, right? So to take like one part of the screen out of 2, how will I put it? Remember, if you put MD4, we have 4, 4, 4, which makes it like 3 screens. So you put MD2, so you have in the 5 places, which is 2, 2, like okay, 6 places because 2 times 6 is 12. 2, 2, 2 into 6 times. So it's better is how Bootstrap design. So when I put 12 here, it takes the full screen, right? So I have div class. So let me put my card. Div class card header. Div class card title. So let me use H4. Call it faculty. So I'm done with the card header, right? So I can close this so that I will not make mistake, right? So I will do the card body. Okay. Okay, card body. So I have my card body now, so that I have my div class. Let me have a container here. So I have my div class. I want to create a role again. So I have my div class column md. Let me call this column md3 because I want to put my button in the first three in the first column, right? So I want to put my button. So this place I will have my add button. Add button. I'm just going add button. So I'm using the a tag for the button. So I'll put a class. So it's with btn sm btn array. So I'll call this add new faculty. Remember, we have not write the function yet for add new faculty. So before I continue, let me just write this function so that I can call it here. So I'll go back to my root folder here. So I'll create my function to add new faculty. Let me just copy this. So I will end up rewriting. Okay, have this. So I will write the URL name as add new faculty. Okay, so here we have a method which is get and post. It means I'm going to post. I'm posting the record down to the database. So here, as I forgot to add a method called get, which I'm getting the record from the database, right? So I have my add new faculty. So I will change this URL to add new faculty. Okay. So when the user click on this add new faculty, right, it should take the user to add new faculty or add faculty. Add faculty.html. Add faculty.html. So I will click copy this. I'll go to my list faculty here. So this is the add new faculty. So I will have this my ref. So I will put it here. URL4. Now the name of the module, which is faculty, dot the function name is add new faculty. So when I click on this button here, right, it will take me to this. So add faculty. Let me put it on my template file now. I'll have my add faculty.html. Okay. So I'm done with that. So let me go back to my root folder, right? Okay. So let me go back to my root folder. We're done with the select to record, but we have not actually called this yet, the faculty yet. So I'll go back to my list here. Remember that I've created my button called add new faculty. So the next thing I will do, I will create another row. Okay, I will create a div class. Or should I create a column? Okay, let me create another column, a div class again. Okay, column, a full column for the table. Now it's md12. So I will build a class called table responsive. So that in case there should be no overflow, that's why I'm putting this. So in Bootstrap we use this. So I'll start to run my table. So this I'm starting to design my table here. So this is my table. Let me give it a class called table. Okay. So the first thing I will do here for the table is to design my head, the header, which is where we show the columns, right? So TRTH. Okay. I'll have the serial number. Serial number. I'll have the faculty name. I have the faculty code. Then I have the faculty description. Faculty description. Okay. Okay. So I'm done that. So the next thing I'll do here is to create the T body. The body. So I have to look through so that all the records in the faculty will show. So I'm using the Ginger template. So for the for loop, this I will do it in Ginger template. So for I in, for I, so I'm going to go to the root, for I in, so this one returning faculty. So for I in faculty, right? So I will end my for, end for. Okay, for I in faculty, we now have the TRTD. Okay. So I have my loop dot index. I'll explain this. So this loop dot index is like it calculates the total number of records we have and then loop it starts from one and then increment that one. Right. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on and so forth. So that is representing the serial number. So the next one I will have here is the faculty name, which I will now have the I dot name. Which remember name is what we have in the model when we're building our model for faculty. Look at it. Name, code, and description. Okay, that's what we do. I dot name, I dot code, and I dot description. Okay, I think I'm done. Then we need to have the action button that will contain the edits for a particular row and then delete. So I'll go to the header file here and have what we call action. Okay, so I'll put the two buttons here. So we'll create, this is TD. So the first one will be edit. So I'll click for edit, which is ARAF. Okay, this is to edit. We have not done for the updates yet to edit the record, so I will do that now so that I can be able to add it here. So I'll go back to my root folder, right? I'll copy this. Before we do that, let's complete this code. Remember that the add new faculty is not yet complete, right? Because we need to call in that form we created on our previous class. So if you check the form here, this form is for both edits, for both insert and update. So I have to import it down to my root folder here. So what I will do here is from app.faculty dot the forms import faculty form. So I've done that. I'll create a variable. Let me create the call form. I'll call the faculty form here, right? Then if form dot validate on submit, it means that when I click on the button, when I click on the submit button, what happens? Pass in all the stuff equal to faculty. So we have the first one we have, okay, first one is the name, right? So passing the input value from the HTML and down to this um, attribute here, which is faculty model. So I'm passing it here. So our form, which is this form now. Remember we passed the form, but pass our faculty form we designed down to this place here. So I'm calling them to be form dot name dot data, right? To get data. So I have my code, which is form dot code dot data. Then I have my description, which is form dot description dot data. Okay. So I'm done with that. So the next thing I will do, I already passed it here, so I have to save it. We should to save the DB session. Okay, my DB is not yet called here. Remember in the previous classes we said about database connection using this DB, variable name called DB. So I have to import it from app, import DB, right? Okay. So now the DB dot session dot add. Then I'm adding the new faculty here, this new faculty here. So it will automatically populate this to the faculty table. Then I need to commit it. If not, it will not save successfully. Okay, I've committed it. The next thing I'll do is to have a flash message record saved successfully. Success. Okay, the flash is showing an error, so I need to import it on. So from flags, instead of me writing blah 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 blah, I need to just put a star here. So it imports everything I need in flags extension to, right? So once it's saved, what is the next thing to do? I want to say if I wanted to return back to the faculty list, so return redirect for faculty dot faculty, which is this dot the name of the function I'm trying to redirect to. So the name of the function here is faculty list. Okay, save it. Okay, now I'm done with the add, right? So this will perform the add function automatically. So let me check there's no error. So now before I move further, right? Before I move further, let's do our update now so that we'll complete the faculty list. Let's do our update. So I'll copy this for the update function. So I will change this to update faculty, right? Now the update faculty should have a parameter which is an ID. So I need to pass it from this faculty. That's why I put this here. So I will call this update faculty, or you can call it any name. It's not necessary that this name and this must be the same. You can let me use faculties, right? So now since I'm querying the ID here, what I will do here is to have a variable called, let me put FSC. So I'm querying it using the model, which is faculty model, which faculty dot query dot get of all, okay, the ID, right? So I'm passing this fact down as an object to this faculty form so that it will retrieve that particular row to my form. So I have the fact, okay, down. So now if form the validate and submit, okay, so this should be a little bit different, right? So let me just do this. So I will have fact that's the name, which should give me form, the name, the data, the fact that's the code, which should give me form, that's code, the data, the fact, the description, which should give me form, the description, the data. Okay, so I'm not actually adding a new value, so I'm moving this, so I'm just committing it. So record updated successfully. So remember in the previous class we created a flash message on our base form here. Let me show you. So when I put, you can see this category here. So when you put sources, it becomes alert sources using the bootstrap. So it automatically changes to blue or to green. So when it's danger, it changes it to red. So that's why I'm passing it down from here, right? So we have done the insert and update. Let's do for the delete so that we know we are done with this root function. So this is for the delete. Okay, so I will change this to delete faculty. Delete faculty. Okay, so I have the same pattern is getting the ID. So when it gets the ID here, it's not actually creating a form. It's not creating a form, right? Okay, like this. It's not creating a form. I'll remove everything here. So I'll put this one here. So when it deletes, take me to the faculty list, still maintain the faculty list. So I'll have my db.session.delete, then pass the path here. Then I have to commit this. Not to not delete db session.commit. Okay, then I need to have flash message record deleted successfully. Record deleted successfully. We have my danger that we should red. Okay, I'm done. So let's go back to the faculty list. Okay, so now this is for the update button. So I'll go to my root.py and then copy the function that I have here, which is update faculties here. I'll go to my list file here. So I'll have my URL for I have faculty dot the function, right? So remember that we are passing the ID, which I will now have ID equals to I dot ID. We are passing this to the function here because if you check the function here, we have a parameter called ID. Okay, I need to pass the ID here also. Then for the delete, I also need to pass the ID here also. Okay, But that's what we did here. So let's beautify this. I will have a class, call it let's have a class. I'll have my class, call it btn sn btn, and let me use info. So let me put edit faculty. Okay. Now the next one I'll do is to add the button. But if I add the button, right, I don't want the two buttons to be like clumsy, to be on top of each other. So let me just design this in a way that it will accommodate them. So let me put a mini row here. So let me have my d class colon md2, sn2, or let me put sn3. So I'll put this, I'll copy this button, I'll put it in here. So I have my other column, d class colon sn3, where I'll put my delete button. So I have my form, I have my action, so to be URL for faculty dot. So I have to go to the function here. So I'll make mistake, delete faculty. I'll copy this, I'll put it here. Okay. So I'll still pass that ID here. ID equals to I dot ID. Okay, good. So I'll have my method, which the method is post. Let me confirm if I'm the right track with the method. Okay, post, correct. Okay. So inside the form here, I will create a button. So the button class will be btn danger. Okay, btn sn btn danger. Okay. So now I don't want the user to, when the user click on this, I don't want it to automatically delete. So that's what we call on click, right? On click equals to return confirm. Are you sure you want to delete this record, this department record? Okay, so it hints the user, are you sure about it? If you just say yes, then it finally delete. So here I will just call delete record or delete, then this should be edit. Okay, I'm done with my faculty list table. So the next table and the next form we will create here is the edit form. So let me go to my function and confirm. So for the edit, when the user click on this, you should take the user to the update faculty.html. So let's create it here. I would have used just one HTML form to do that, but just want to make it easy and simple. So I have my update HTML, which is this here. So I'll go to my root. I've already done that. Now there's something that we have not actually done here, right? So because if you a user click on edit button, it's supposed to return a form, but it's not returning a form here. So we have to call that form here, which is this one. We're calling that, we're passing that form to this one called form, or you can call it form. So you understand. See, I call it form, so I'm returning that form to here. When I click on the update button, it returns the form down to the update button. So I'll do the same thing for add, because I have not done that. If not, it will not return any form. Okay, remember that we're using the flags form. So I've done the same thing, same form. Okay, so we're good to go. So let me design my form now for this. So instead of rewriting the code again, I'll just copy this and paste it on add faculty here. Then I'll start to edit it the way I want to. So here I will have the title, I will have the add faculty, right? So I can call this hashtag add faculty, right? So here I want this to be a cancel button. Guys, if the user don't want to insert record, you can then cancel. So when it comes to what happens, I want it to return to the list faculty page. So I have my faculty that, let me confirm the function for this faculty here. So it's faculty list. I'll copy this, then I will paste it here. Okay, I think I'm done. So I'll change this to danger, or any color if you want to. Okay, danger. Okay, so the next thing I'll do, I don't need the table here in my form. So since it's a form that I need, so I'll put my form here. Okay, action. I can put the action here, but it's not to still work because we're calling it. So method is post. Right. So now I'll start to create my form. So there's what we call form dot hidden tag. So this helps to protect against cross-site scripting, right? So I will first of all my form. I'll have the class form group. So I have my the class form group. Okay. So I will have my forms. Remember why I'm putting this is supposed to be forms. You know why? Because if you check a root file here on your add faculty, what we're returning is forms, right? So that's why we're calling it here on the add faculty, which is forms. Remember forms at hidden tag. This will be forms dot the name. Remember in form here, if you check the form, we have the name, code, description, and the submit button. So that's what we're doing here. So form dot name, right? Form dot name dot label. So the form dot name dot label, if you go to the form, it will pick this faculty name. Form dot name dot label picks faculty name, while form dot name will pick the string field, which is an input box, right? So that's what we'll do here, and you see how it works. So form dot name dot label. So I'll give a class which is form label in Bootstrap, right? So I will copy the same thing here. So form dot name we now bring out an input. We now bring out an input box. So this is the class I'm adding, which is form control in Bootstrap to make our input box look finer. So I'll just copy this. So this one I'll have form dot code, the label, and form dot code. I'll have from the description. Here I'll have from the description. Okay, so the last thing I'll have here is the, let me put a break. So let me put a line tag. The last one I will have here is the submit button. So submit button will be form.submit. So the class will be a button, btn, btn, sm, btn, array. Okay, this is the bootstrap to show blue color, right? So I'm done with the add faculty. So it's mainly updates. I'll just copy this because the same thing. I'll copy this and paste it here. I'll just do a little bit some changes here, so that when the user will know that it's actually updates. It's update form. It's updates, updates. Okay, is there another update again? I don't think so, because we didn't put the action method here. I think it's far better this way. So I think we are good to go. So we are done with the faculty, right? So we'll test this and see how it works, if we're wrong or we're right, so that we can be able to debug this and find out where our error is coming from. So app pi. Okay, it's running. It's taking a lot of time, right? So okay, it has run. So let's go back. So let's go to our software. So let's refresh this. Now I refresh this. You can see my table. This is my card. This is the card header. This is the card body, right? You can see, although it's not beautiful because this is not HTML class where we write well with file stuff. But those lecture, if you want to look at this lecture, you can check my videos on HTML and CSS and JavaScript, right? Where we learn how to do user interfaces. But this is just for basically web application, right? We didn't actually focus more on user interface just for this to work. So now we have our table and we have that add. You can see that add faculty. But the other buttons like the edit and the delete will not show until there's a record here, right? Because it's part of each of the role. So I'll click on add faculty. So it takes me to this add faculty here, which we have designed. So this is the submit button, you can see. So this cancel button we put it. So when I click on cancel, it takes me back to this place. So when I click on add, so let's try to add record. So I'll have computing as a faculty. So have COM. Then let me put description computer because of time. So I will submit. So you can see that it has submitted, right? Now it's not in my database. It has submitted. So if you go to the database here, so remember the database name is use management. So I will use this. Now if you select from faculties, select from faculties. So you will see, select from faculties, you will see that record here. Why is it taking time? Okay, when it comes up, I don't know why it's hanging. So let's just proceed. Okay, it has come up. You can see it here, right? You can see computing dash. Okay, so now the next thing we need to test here, let's test the edit button here. So I will click on this. You can see it has bring out based on the ID, it has fetch out the role. You can see. So let me change this. So let me put S here, let me put S here, let me leave this and see if it works. Okay, it works perfectly fine, right? So the edit button is working fine. So let me remove this back. So it's working fine. Okay, now we need to test the delete before we close this chapter. So I'll click on delete now. You can see that stuff. Say, are you sure you want to delete this department record? Now, if I click on this, it will delete it out from the database. Okay, now let's just delete it. You can see everything works perfectly fine. So I hope you understand this. So let me add NES natural and applied sciences. Okay, you can choose to add more, right? You can choose to add more and more and more, right? So I hope you understand this. So our next video we'll look at how we can be able to create our department module, right? So you can see department module is 2MC, so we'll do that in the next video. So the faculty module is successfully done. The add faculty, the edit and delete, they are all working. So I hope you understand this. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me in my comment section. I will always there to answer. Thank you.